fuck me and Momo, I guess.
Oh, what the heck, man?
Wow.
That's fun. We made one 3 years ago too.
That lacks
Yeah.
context, but I feel like they don't need it.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Last Call for Adventure.
What the fuck is going on? What did I do? What happened?
I just wanted to open the episode like that.
I do a little trolling.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 with crew 4, officially dubbed as our Breaking Bad crew by the YouTube
who officially
comment.
dubbed us that? That's amazing.
I don't know, YouTube comments. This is like the Vice crew, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
this is the drug peddling crew, and there were also comments about how Truffle Fungalhorn is a better detective than Hercule Poirot or Columbo.
What? No way. That's too generous.
Columbo has been supplanted. It's you now.
Wow,
It's
thanks
you.
guys.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You know, it is crazy. Do I agree personally? You know, sometimes I feel like Truffle states the obvious, but that's just me. You know,
Someone's got to do it. You know,
but here's
or
the
we'll just
thing,
be going around in circles.
when somebody has 200 fans, you got to be the one hater. So I'm happy to
True.
fill that role. Yeah.
Oh.
So I have to be the one
Truffle
detractor.
isn't that the entire party at this point?
Yeah, Truffle needs 200 more fans. That's what
You
he
say
needs.
no, but Weiss says yes.
No, Weiss adores him in like a way someone would adore a puppy.
All right, this
Not sure if
ancient
that's what
fae
he
being, but
wants. Yeah, ancient fae being. Oh, puppy.
We'll get there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Weiss adores him in a "oh bless your heart" kind of
yeah.
way.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Let's go around, meet our wonderful players and the wonderful characters they play. Strippin, take it away. Take us to church.
Hey, I'm Strippin. I play Church. He's a hired killer turned babysitter. And last episode he accidentally got insanely high and then told a red dragon to fuck off because he wasn't evil enough. So that's kind of his arc. That's me.
Amazing. Tim.
Hi. I'm Ragnar, and I was what did we do? We ended up talking to Dragon. We accepted his I don't know, virtue, whatever it was. Like his what is he what was it? Vengeance? He stands for vengeance or some shit. I forget the name of the word that we use. But yeah, he's taken on that oath and he's gonna go kill his aunt. I think that's the next step, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Momo.
Hello, I'm Momo. I play Weiss Enart. She's a changeling bard and currently having a great time. Definitely wasn't shoehorned into a cult out of fear. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
An extra level.
Yeah, we need one of those always sunny things, like the gang joins a cult.
Yeah.
Except church. Church doesn't join
Except
a cult.
church. Yeah, really weird
Yeah.
that's how that played out.
Yeah, church was like, I ain't joining no cult. Not
You're
even if it
convinced
means
to
an
join a
extra
cult.
level.
Yeah.
Not even
Yeah.
an extra level is gonna put me in that cult.
Kraken, who are you? Who do you play?
Hi everyone, I'm Kraken. I play Truffle Fungalhorn, the fairy Circle of Spores druid, who accidentally joined a cult. Didn't really think it was a cult.
Sorry.
Really,
It's always how it happens, though. You know, no one knows it's a cult when they join.
Fair. It's been a very fast decline, I think, for Truffle over the last week. I don't know how long the period of time has been in this campaign so far, but he went from, kind of a strange little fey guy exploring the world to working for a drug lord and joining a cult. So, yeah, I don't know. Weird week.
It was like, wasn't it his idea to save the dragon as well? It's like really
Yes.
hurting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'd do it again. He would save the dragon. I'd join in the cult part. No,
Yeah. And I
maybe
think the
not. But
dragon was like, we should punish all these people who hurt nature. And I think Truffle was just like really emotional
yeah,
about
yeah,
that, where he
yeah,
was like, yeah, we should.
yeah.
Oh my
Fuck
gosh,
those
should
say no
do
people.
more,
that.
bestie.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
No
ran
more
in.
bestie.
He is like, so true.
Yeah.
So true. We should.
So
Yes,
true,
queen.
bestie.
Yes.
Talk your shit. You kind of spitting right now.
You're kind of
The red
spitting
dragon
right
was
now.
like, my cult is scattered to the winds. Bring back my power. Will exact vengeance. And Truffle was just like, hold up, he's cooking. This dragon is cooking.
Let him cook.
Let him
Let the
cook.
dragon cook.
Let him cook.
So our wonderful party, our wonderful corporation, our enterprise finds themselves in a cult, freshly leveled. Their character sheets don't reflect that because
No.
everybody forgot to level, and that's okay until just this moment. That's okay. How just to get a read, how's everybody doing in terms of health and just life and
Really bad.
Great.
I think I'm like half down. Yeah, I'm
I leveled up, but
A little more
before I
health.
leveled up, I was on 2 health.
2
So I
health.
was really, really high, and then I got 2
Uh-huh.
levels of exhaustion, and I got lit on fire by a dragon.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you still have the exhaustion.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know where you
Oh, yeah, I
think you got
forgot
all
about
your
that.
hit points back from,
That
but
was the
that's
character master
okay.
when I leveled up.
Ah, the character master, you say, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll let
yeah.
it
We can
stick.
take
We'll
this
let
away
it
again,
stick.
you know?
No,
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 it's
no.
okay. Oh, no, I insist. Just put me on death's door.
Well,
Were
you
you, were
would
you
still
actually at
get
2?
I was pretty low. I don't remember how low, but I was low. It was single
I don't
digit.
think you're at 2.
It was 8.
No way.
what
Let's do
you
8.
would get the additional HP from what you gained from leveling up, though.
Yeah, let's do 18.
Yeah, there we go. That's fair. I'll take that bargain. Take that deal.
Do a Mamu.
I do not know how you're level 8, Kraken.
Yeah, like I said, I said this in the pre-show. I was trying to multi-class level up, but the character manager just kept giving me levels in Druid. So I'm now level 8, canonically. I have 50 hit points, and that's not me cheating. So, I mean, if anyone knows how to fix
Why
that.
didn't I think about that? Keep kicking level up and be like, DM, it's broken. I can't stop leveling up.
Oh
I'm level
no.
8.
Oh,
You want to
no,
spend
I
30 minutes
can't.
troubleshooting, or should I
Oh,
just
no,
keep
I
them?
can't stop leveling up. How do I hold all these
no.
levels?
That's exactly what happened.
What do we
So-
get a level
Tragedy.
in, by the way?
It was the 3. There was 3 different dragon subclasses, right? From different classes that we could pick.
Yeah, and you got to pick, and they were so you all got chromatic infusion or reactive resistance, which I posted in the Discord. You get to choose one of
Oh.
those 2.
Cool.
And then for the classes you had an option of, I believe it was an Oath of Vengeance Paladin, a Drake Warden Ranger, and the last one was, I think, a type of Warlock.
I think Draconic Sorcerer too, right?
Oh, that's what it was. Yes, Draconic Sorcerer, not Warlock. Yeah. It was Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer. I believe those were the 3 options. And you could take 2 levels in anyone you wanted. And then for Strippin, you can take 1 level in literally anything you want instead of those 3. So it was one of those 2 levels in one of these very 3 specific subclasses, or 1 level in whatever you want. Which, just from my own knowledge, did you end up going fighter or rogue with that? I'm assuming fighter.
I went fighter, yeah.
Okay, cool.
That second win in action surge, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think for some of the subclass ones, you don't get the subclass
Mhm.
feature until technically 3 levels in that subclass.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
we
Mhm.
gonna, like, relocate the subclass ability to level 2, or would we not be able to use it until leveling again in that
You won't
class?
be able to use it again until leveling up again. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a deal with the devil situation. Um,
Is this
and
the part
then,
where I mentioned I hate multiclassing?
Yeah.
I
Should
know.
have
I
thought
don't.
of that, huh?
All right,
I don't know how
I
to.
mentioned
I
I
don't know
hate
how to assign anything
multiclassing after I took a
specific.
pact with a dragon for 2 multiclass levels.
Can we refund it with the dragon?
Look, okay, I was just
And then they
going
wonder
with the
why
role
Chuck
play,
said no.
okay, Strippin? Jeez.
yeah,
Role play
it's
over
about
role
putting,
play, okay? Jeez.
yeah, yeah. You always go with
Wait,
what
don't
makes
say
for a
Yana
better
support her. She just said she
story.
hates your multi-class that you've offered her.
No, where's me and Momo are still on the same team.
Yeah, we're the ones that weren't invited, okay?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Fans
we
of FNL
formed a
spawned
God.
together. Is that what's going on?
we formed a compact 3 years ago as well. We can also do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So wait. How many levels should I have here in total?
6.
6. Yeah.
Yes, you
Okay.
should have your original 4 and then an additional 2
And
on top of that.
okay, so I could do 1 in barbarian, and then you said ranger. What was the other one?
A Oath of Vengeance Paladin,
That's the paladin. What was the ranger one?
Drake Warden.
Drake Warden.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just thinking, like, I probably have more in dex than I would any of the other shit.
Yeah.
It'd be a little weird. I don't know.
I
Craig,
like
which
rangers
one
are
were
a
you
thing.
leaning towards?
I was
Oh,
doing
what's happening?
the ranger. I was thinking because
Mm.
the dragon ranger you get to have like a little whelpling, and I was thinking maybe in flavor that could be Fen. Fen can get little dragon wings and can fly around.
Yeah. Little
We love
dragon
that for
scales.
fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, no, a barbarian ranger can totally work.
Does it? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what works with my stats because yeah, if paladin is like goes off of charisma for the most part and a -2 that or wisdom, which is -1, like both of those are
Mhm.
pretty shit. I think my dex is maybe 1 or 0. I don't even know.
Um,
Uh,
so looking at it, because at level, I think at second level with ranger, isn't that when you get your fighting style? I think so.
oh, is it? So I should.
So you
Uh,
can get some cool stuff. And then also as Drake Warden, you get Searing Smite, which would combo well off of like what you already have. So yeah, no,
Strength
Barbarian
smite,
Ranger
okay.
can totally work, especially because you also get Favored Foe where you can choose like one
You
type
get
of
favored
enemy that you,
enemy and favored foe at level 1.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it
Nice.
wouldn't be
I'll
it
send you
wouldn't be a
stuff, Tim.
bad choice. Yeah. Be
So
his
okay.
guide tripping.
Do you think just throwing one level in it's good?
I mean,
You
you
have
got
to,
given 2 levels for it, right? You have to do 2.
yeah.
Well, I thought we got 2 levels. I thought we shouldn't. You have to put them in your subclass.
Technically no. So all of you got 1 level, and then those of you that took the Dragon Compact got an
Oh.
additional 1. So if you do want to, you could do like 1 in Bard and then 1 in the second subclass. The min
Okay.
maxer in me says look at what you get at level 2 in those classes because sometimes it might be worth
Okay.
it to put in 2. Sometimes it might be worth it to put in 1. It kind of depends on what you're trying to accomplish, but
Okay.
yeah, 1 level in Ranger gives you a favorite enemy and stuff like that, and that's not
I
a
would take
it's
2
not a
levels in
bad
range
thing
of
at
you
all.
because the fighting style is also really good for a barbarian.
There you go.
There's
Fighting
all the
style is
fighting
good for
styles are
barbarian.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout.
yeah. The fighting styles are I'm linking them to you right now.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
take 1 in druid and 1 in ranger, but I don't know how to unlevel, so I'm level 6 and 2. So sorry.
Wait. Are you talking? It's under the levels. After start, there's levels, and then you can just put it to 0 or 1 or 2. Because it starts me
Yeah,
at level 4,
Crichton.
right?
Well, okay, I clicked the character mancer. I don't know if we want to do this right now. I feel like there's probably a
Yeah,
better
whatever.
time. I clicked it, and then it just immediately is
Probably a
like,
good
oh,
time,
okay,
since
now
you're
you're
level
6
9.
+ 1.
Oh, I see it. Hold up, let me see.
Mm.
Yeah, it
Can't
says
edit it.
level 6+1. Yeah. Uh, but you can remove the multi-classes. That's so funny.
I can remove the multi-class, but I can't remove the druid.
Okay, hold up. Let me look at this. Let me cancel this.
Oh man, I'm gonna be
Garden
chunked.
edit. What if we did that? And then wait, did that work? I don't know why I'm fixing this right now. This is probably
Yeah, we can do it later.
Ugh.
I don't even know
Bless
how to
you.
get back into the character mancer. God bless you. Oh, we click that.
Wait,
Click that
where's this
red
character sheet?
button, levels. Haha! Okay, I think I have fixed it for you. Do you want 2 in ranger or 1?
1 in ranger, 5 in druid. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
I love druid. It's my favorite class.
Yeah.
Druids as a DM, I hate them. And
Wait, Tim,
Oh!
I've only broken character with that one time when I did a bunch of fire damage to like the wildfire familiar. One of my players was like, actually, my character or my familiar doesn't take damage from fire. And I literally was like, I fucking hate druids. I hate you people. Because they're impossible to put damage on. They're impossible to put damage on. It's very frustrating. The entire time I'm like shrieking. The entire party will be dead, and the druid's still like, "Hey guys, I'm also here." And I'm like, "Fuck you."
Hi, I have 3 health pools. What's up, brother?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I've fixed this is so funny. I fixed your over druid leveling, and now it's a matter of fixing the 2 ranger that you have.
Thank you.
Let me see. How do I take out So you're not at least now you're not level like no, you're still level 7. How does I get rid of Ranger 2? Hold on. Let me see. I got this. I can do this. Building your character. It lets me edit everything other than your subclass.
Yeah, whenever I click the edit thing, it just gives me another level, so I'm afraid to click it again.
Subclass chosen at level 3. Your total level is 2. What? I'm gonna let Barry try to figure this out. Barry! Ow! Because it let me edit your main level, but it's not letting me
You want to take
edit
away
your
the multi-class, like all of it, and then you can just re-add it.
Well, that's the thing is normally you can hit minus on multi-class and it lets you take it off, but this one it's not letting me take it off. That's what she said. Um
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, Barry's gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna let Barry do it. That way we're not both in the same thing. Okay, so you're still level 7 right now, but that's okay.
I'll pull my punches. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. All right. We're We're gonna get into the game now, guys. Chat,
Yeah,
simmer
I'm just
down, simmer
picking
down.
my spells. I get a
Yeah,
lot of
chat.
them.
Chat is having trouble focusing today, guys. Come on, we're trying to play. Chat, please focus in.
Chat, can you not influence us, please? We made this pact 3 years ago. All right, we
Yeah,
have to get
yeah.
started.
This is a
God damn it.
3-year-old pact. This is a 3-year-old blood pact. Okay, we swore ourselves to the same dragon 3 years ago, and now
Yeah, what
this
the
is
heck?
how we have to do it. Yeah. Okay. So still smoldering from the fire damage you were all buffeted with, little wisps of smoke coming off your clothing, smelling vaguely of burnt hair. Church still perplexedly, probably rubbing his bald chrome dome, trying to figure out where his hair went. Your new dragon patron kind of creates a new exit as he bursts forward from the subterranean forge that you were in. As he leaves you all behind in his wake, you are left with the odd quiet of the gently gurgling brook that is now no longer steaming and sort of geysering up with great pressure now that it's not being sort of accosted with dragon fire. The discarded tools of the hastily dispatched workers are strewn about your feet, and you had the forethought to put out the fire before it really did any serious damage to the warehouse. But you are surrounded by crates upon crates upon crates of what you can only assume is glass. The dull light from the torches casts dim light in this cavern you are in, and the gurgling stream leads somewhere sort of far ahead. You're not sure quite where, but you have some idea due to the reconnaissance you received about where the offices and treasury are for the nefarious individual who runs this entire drug trade. What do you do?
I rest. I slump down the wall and sit there.
Now, Weiss would go check on Church. Just walk over to him. You alright? You gonna die? I kinda need to know.
I'm not gonna fucking die, am I?
You look like it. She'd kinda like tap her boot against his leg.
Yeah.
Don't
alright.
go
Well,
dying.
I got lit on fire by a dragon. I got lit on fire by a dragon.
That's right, you did. Just don't die. Alright? Then she'd like turn and walk away.
I think Truffle would walk up, kind of staring at his hands, and look up and. That wasn't a cult, was it? Did we join a cult?
Yeah, I think we did.
You definitely
Right.
joined a cult, little man. But you live and learn, don't ya?
Yeah. I don't want to hurt anyone that doesn't deserve it.
Well, that's kinda what it seemed like the whole thing was about. Truffle. Was hurting those who deserved it or something.
That's right.
Hmm. But who determines that?
You do.
Your boss does now. Hey.
I mean,
Mm.
who determines anything in life? Good and evil is only on the side of those who experience it. So I say, figure it out. She'd kind of tap his shoulder.
I mean,
That's
logic
pretty wise.
says you probably would have to figure it out yourself. You're not going to be checking in with the dragon every time you need one.
Mm. Okay, good. I don't like working for a dragon.
Why?
Eh, I don't know. I don't like working for people in general, I guess. Which is crazy that I'm in this situation that I am right now. He says, thinking to himself aloud, working for like 3 people at once that he has no control over, making drugs.
That must be very
thought-
conflicting for you.
Trevor, how did you even
Yeah.
get here, mate?
You blackmailed me.
Trevor, thanks for a moment. Be like, oh yeah, no, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Right, you live and learn, little man. Like I said.
Yeah. Thanks. What do we do
I
now?
have lived and I have learned not to get dragonfire on me again. We're always learning. Also, I've got killer headache. If we could just chill for a minute, that would be really good.
Okay.
Yeah, or somewhere else. You know, I'm easy.
Yeah. Like, take your time, man.
Is this
sit
you
down.
begging? Is this you begging for a short rest?
Yeah. 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 He's on the come down from the glass, dude. He needs a short rest.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ragnar's gonna walk over and sit next to him and just kind of nod off.
You all enjoy the benefits of a short rest, if you
Yeah,
if you so wish.
I'd like
In a
to
glass factory.
play a song of rest, actually. I think she'd
Ooh.
sit down next to Truffle
Ooh.
and play a song.
Truffle does a little jig.
Set up like a barrel for you to dance on. Amazing. Oh, so everyone gets an extra 1d6 hit points. So the way short rests work is any features that you would recover on a short rest, usually it's denoted there. You get those back and you can expend your hit die to sort of recover your healing pool. And because of Weiss's song, you get an additional d6 on top of that. Easiest way to do this is you go to your hit die sort of thing in the middle of your screen, and if you click on it, it'll just auto roll it for you.
I'm stuck at this leveler. Hold on.
Oh, the
Welcome.
character mancer.
Yeah, I
Oh,
could.
that's a great first one.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's amazing.
Shit, how do I get out of this?
Thank you.
Oh god.
You don't want the character mancer? You don't.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the fucking character mancer.
You're in there for life now.
Never
Uh,
leave.
No.
oh god.
Okay.
I ruined
All
it.
right. This is kind of a
My
sick
short
joke.
rest button isn't working.
Wow. Did you let your
I'm
your dice rest this time?
No, I didn't.
See, that's why they're tired.
Really?
Uh,
I'm using all of them. Oh my god.
Well, that's
Let
what,
me-
No, if that hit-
19?
what?
Yeah, I don't think that healed me to full. Oh, it did just about. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be one shy.
And the temp hit points is 1d6, right?
Yes.
There we
There
Are
you
they
go.
temporary?
Not temporary. I think you just recover that much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
It's just so that you don't have to use your hit die if you don't want to.
So how much do you get from a normal rest or short rest?
You click
So
your hit die.
yeah.
Oh fucking.
That's fine.
My rolls lately, holy shit.
Click the hit dice on the character sheet. That's how you heal.
Oh, a whopping 1.
Yeah, 1. Well,
Does it
plus the short rest gives
automatically
you.
apply it?
Oh yeah, so you get 1 from the Song of Rest, and then if you hit your hit die in the let me see where it's located, it'll auto roll, and you can spend up to how many you have.
Uh,
So your hit die is underneath your temporary hit points next
Yeah,
to your death saves.
Yep, I see that. And what do I have to take it down one after
Oh
that?
shit! Yeah, you tick it down 1.
Okay.
So you have 3 left, and I
Mhm.
mean, but you got 15 right there. That's pretty damn
That's
good.
plus 16 on everything?
Yep. And if you
Okay.
wanna spend more, you can spend more. It's completely up to you.
Uh, no, that brings me to 43 out of 45. That's good.
I like how you only had to spend 1 and Sam had to spend all of them.
Don't do it to him like that, man. That's not cool.
We we have a compact, Momo.
Exhaustion is at long rest only, right?
Yeah, I know we have a compact, but you
Yes.
don't gotta murder people while we got it, man. I'm an accomplice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I believe exhaustion only gets recovered on a long rest, but I'm gonna double check it right now. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Let's see, exhaustion. Finishing a long rest, yeah. So right now you have disadvantage on ability checks and your speed is halved.
Sad.
All right.
Sadness.
So you Weiss, actually, what is your song like? Like, what instrument do you use? Or is it more of an
So
oration?
I think it would be probably like everybody would be sitting down and seeing the consequences of his actions, Truffle, like his expression and how he's like, man, I don't really want to do this. She'd kind of saddle
Mhm.
up and sit down and she'd pull out it's like a lute, but it's much longer and it has been changed either with the money she's made off the company or her connections to the different places. It's a very unique looking lute and it sounds almost just very bassy and oriental when she plays it.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
yeah, it would just be like a gentle song to fill where they are. Almost matching the tavern that they stayed in last.
Yeah. As you play it, it's the time almost slows down for the lot of you. It feels like the wariness drops from your bones a bit. Maybe you share some snacks back and forth and contemplate on the events of the past few days. With each vibration of a plucking of the strings, you feel the energy kind of course through your body, and you're lulled to a place of at least mental relaxation. But Weiss, for you, it is a little less relaxing, as every time you pluck the strings, you're reminded of a creature similar to you back home. And in fact, as you play your song, you feel this presence draw nearer and nearer and nearer until you can almost see them out of the corner of your eye if you deign to look.
Yeah, I think that feeling would cause her to continue to play, almost like
Mhm.
speeding up as if wanting to draw it closer.
Yeah. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. I see.
Mhm. 14. A success. You do draw it closer. And in fact, what you are able to reach out and draw closer is a memory of an idyllic glade, daisies poking their heads out of the ground, fresh with summer dew, the mist from the waterfall nearby casting dancing lights around you, bathed in pastel and bathed in the smell of fresh spring. You are reminded of the Feywild, a place that you were born at the threshold of as a changeling. And you are playing your lute, except you are accompanied by another lutist that, resting their head in your lap, is playing a duet with you. As this memory sinks into your mind, one of the strings snaps on your lute, bringing you back to where you are.
Oh, yeah, she would almost startle at the snapping of her lute. Um, Looking down at it, just, ooh, well, shit. Uh, Sorry, folks, gonna be the end of the song until I can get this fixed. How clumsy of me. She'd like start checking it over and looking at it.
That's
Yeah.
okay. It was really good.
She'd smile like placidly and nod to him.
As you look over the lute, you realize that string snapped not from lack of skill or talent or familiarity, but rather with you sort of being taken by the rhythm and the memory. You strummed so eagerly that the string had no choice but to give way. You still smell the lingering smell of dew in the air. And then, almost as quickly as it came, it falls from you, and instead you smell the wretched smell of the drugs that are being refined around you.
Yeah, I think that would become apparent on her face as she just was lost in this area, and then she just like had such a sweet, calm look on her face and her nose, this little cat-like nose. Just goes, "Ugh." And it like shrinks in a little bit of like the maw of her face, and she just waves her hand for Presty to be around her head again.
Yeah, you're able to prestidigitate the smell away. And as you do, you notice your party is much more recovered. Church still looks a little bit peaky from the, sort of fading effects of the narcotics, but doesn't look quite as badly burnt up as before, having had a chance to tend to his wounds. Yeah. Is still very much bald, however. The short rest did not make the hair grow back.
Never will.
Can I Presty? Actually, I think I learned minor illusion. Can I minor illusion some hair on him?
Yes, what does this hair look like?
What sort of hair?
I was gonna say, what is the
He's gonna
hairstyle that
have
you
like
conjure?
he's gonna he's gonna have like the friar tuck, like there's a bald on the top with like
Oh
Oh,
my
male
a
pattern
ring of
baldness. Yeah.
a ring of like really long bushy hair next to his head.
So funny.
Yeah.
Judge has no idea. He can't see it.
No.
Beautiful.
Everybody
It's
else
beautiful.
sees it, but Church is not aware of the new hairstyle he's donning. Friar tuck. That's wild.
I don't think Truffle would even acknowledge it. It's like, yeah, this is clearly just an illusion that for
It
some
wouldn't
reason
move
what
with
it's
me,
doing.
right? Would it move with me?
Yeah,
Or
I
would
don't
it
think
just
it
be like
would,
stuck?
right? Is it?
It does, yeah.
Oh, it does. Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty fancy.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's just a toupee of floating friar tuck hair on his head.
It's like a filter, like a Snapchat filter.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
exactly like that.
I think if anything, Church might notice Weiss giggling, and that would probably be the extent of it.
What are you laughing at?
Yeah. Oh, nothing, Church. Just putting away my things.
It's
Ready to
something.
embark on our.
Sure as fuck it's something. You don't laugh for nothing. Weiss, so what is it?
That is not fair. That is very damning to my character. That's a heirloom.
Keep your jokes.
Keep your secrets.
Ragnar, you remember that the only time that the dame, your aunt, can be tied to any of these sort of black market dealings are during the monthly count. You've timed everything so that your expedition into this hive of scum and villainy has landed on the day that you believe the monthly count takes place. You know that she counts the outgoing packets herself, counts the coins herself, and deals directly with the house patron of House Durand, a man you only know named as Stilette. You also know that most of the guards, if any, will be from House Stilette. If you time it right, you'll be able to catch the dame red-handed to do what you will with her, but more importantly, you might land yourself a lot of coin and a lot of product.
All right. And would okay, so this would be like an outgoing shipping area probably.
Yeah.
And maybe like some sort of stash or like stash spot or whatever, like some sort of maybe like loading dock or whatever it is.
Yeah, you're
Um,
kind of in the loading bay right now, and you know further ahead is sort of the offices where people higher up in the company can actually sit and do business and
okay.
manage.
All right. I guess he'll know, look over to the group. You guys ready or are you gonna sleep all day? And then he'll kind of motion towards the hall towards the offices, and
Mhm.
we're
You
very
giving me a
close to,
choice?
I mean,
Because I would
there's a lot of
sleep
money in it for
all
you.
day. Fine, let's get on with it.
She's going to be doing an inventory, and she'll most likely be counting all her gold. So, if we are to retrieve any of this, we can do what we want with it. We're just here to shut this down, and we take whatever we need. So that's pretty much it. And then, so what's down the hall? Like just offices is the first like stop, or
Yeah, as you creep
okay,
forward from this loading bay you're in, you see a sort of passageway created by the natural flowing of the water, kind of carved out of this underground grotto that you found yourself in. There is a there is a pathway leading over the brook, almost like a suspended bridge. And
mhm,
you think that this is probably the way forward. There's kind of one way in, one way out. Um,
okay,
the bridge itself is wooden and is suspended from pegs in the rock wall on either side and chains. And as you put your foot on it, you realize like it's pretty sturdy and people kind of carry heavy crates through here every day. If you look underneath this suspended bridge that kind of goes along this narrow stream cutting through the underground rock sort of area you're in, you also notice there are like small boxes and different things that are kind of thrown into the stream to kind of naturally flow down here. And these are the raw materials that eventually become glass.
oh, okay. Um, would he know that? Would he? Is it visible? Like that would be like some sort of like component. Like I
Yeah.
like I'm not sure he would, because I feel like he wouldn't know like how to actually cook this shit. So I don't.
Yeah, you don't really know how to cook it, but
Kind of get an
you
idea.
did come in contact with the raw version of it in the past. In fact,
Okay.
yeah, you saw what they were working on and how they heated it up and then quenched it. So you do know what the raw version of it looks like.
Okay. Um, would there be a way to like jam that up so the supplies stop moving towards
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, you could try to block the river. You could probably use crates to do that or some type of magic
Okay.
if you so wished.
Okay. So this seems to supply um the ingredients to actually make the glass. If we were to block this, it would probably create some sort of a tension that, the supplies are gone. Maybe we could work on, I don't know, creating a diversion to get what we need. So
Is your mom here or is she in a different facility?
it's my aunt.
Oh,
Thank you.
that makes
She
more
should be
sense.
around here, wherever she's going to be close. We're very near.
Okay.
So where this supplies area is, she'll most likely be very nearby. Maybe in one of the offices, maybe counting the supply, wherever the treasury may be. She's gonna be in one of the three places, I think. So, I don't know. So I guess I don't know. What do you guys what do you think? Should we stop it? Should we let it go? Should we follow where it goes? I mean, what do you guys make of it?
I don't think I'm especially mobile, but I'm down for whatever.
How about this? We follow the trail to where it leads.
Mm. All right.
And then if we need to, we can stop it then. Yeah, I don't think so. So I guess we'll follow Ragnar following the path to wherever it's leading.
Mhm. You begin treading on this suspended bridge. It sways gently because it's held up by chains, but it holds all of your weight. Your footsteps resound against the wood of the bridge, kind of in this hollow tunnel you're in. And eventually, this suspended walkway you're on begins to taper downwards until finally um, you reach what is a sort of break in the river where it branches. As you reach this, you see another bridge kind of leading across, and this is the first time that you see lights kind of further in. It branches off to your right and to your left. And you actually notice here, Ragnar, that the stream has been artificially diverted. There is a structure made of stone in the middle of the creek that has forced it to go into two forks.
Um, so it looks like it's like one side's jammed, so it's forcing it to go the other way in the fork, where it would
Yeah.
naturally probably lead both ways.
Yeah. It would
Okay.
it seems like they've actually the opposite. It seems like this used to be one river, but they're diverting some of the water to
Oh,
go
they're
to the
splitting it.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the river to your left is a lot more almost like white water. There's more
Okay.
volume of water. It's rushing a lot
Right.
faster. And then a small portion of that has been diverted off to the right.
Okay, so that looks more. Okay, I got you. So you have your natural path, and then they kind of split it to.
Mhm.
Okay.
They split off a
Um,
piece of it. And you also notice actually this where this diversion is on the right, there is also stone walkways on both sides of the creek here, as
okay.
opposed to like a suspended bridge that goes over it.
Okay. Wait, what's a like what so this is what else is around the area? Is there anything elevated? Is this kind of like just kind of a hallway or cavern or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah. You as you're walking along, you actually notice there are places where up above you can see sunlight streaming in. You appear to be in a natural structure that has been carved away by the passage of this river over millennia. It's slowly eaten away at the stone. There are places where this cavern gets really narrow and almost claustrophobic, and then places where it opens up. And in fact, Truffle, you would recognize one of the areas you passed a little ways ago as something that your little fungal friends had told you was the devil's throat. a place where you can actually gain ingress from above. Looking down, you do realize like it would have been very difficult. The spray from the water kind of gurgling through here has made the rock around it very slick. Um, it's shiny. The mineral walls themselves have an almost iridescence to them because they're grown thick over with like this moss. Um, and if you were to run your hand along the wall, you do see, like I said, little beams of sunlight coming down from above, but you realize just how slippery it is. And one wrong step could send you tumbling down several feet. But you do think it's about 80 feet up. And so you do recognize this to be the Devil's Throat. Um, it would have been, you probably think, a way to avoid the encounter back there, but then you would have missed Church getting lit on fire by a dragon. So maybe it was all for the best. But you would identify this as well as something that you could, a way to get out if you didn't want to go back the way you came in.
Yeah, I think he would let everyone know, like,
We can leave through here if we need to. Not right now, but after you kill your mom.
Ragnar will shake his head and just say, well, that's very good to know. He'll just ignore it. He's not even gonna try anymore. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with this. I guess we just keep moving forward. Is there so like that's our exit strategy. So what is there a way to like look ahead? Is it kind of like you said it like narrows down, or is it just kind of vision's pretty obscured on the way ahead?
Yeah, you can send one of your party forward to scout.
Oh, okay.
Because you're kind of at this like crossroads where the path diverges to the left and the right. You could
Okay.
definitely send someone else ahead to like kind of take a peek and see which way you need to go.
Church, how are you feeling?
You know, I have felt probably never worse than this. However,
All right.
I could go peak, but maybe it might be easier if Weiss goes as one of those. And he'll gesture
Oh.
to one of the former employees of the glass room,
Oh.
now a
yeah.
Oh,
corpse.
that's a good idea.
That would be a good idea, but we don't even know anything about them. What if they're meant to stay in that little facility? And if one was to be seen here, it would be a lot of a problem. We don't know if they're allowed to
I
leave
doubt they
that
would
place.
kill a worker for being in the wrong room.
Really. You and I have been
More
in
likely
this
to try and
line
kill
of
me,
work
aren't
for a long time, Church. They've killed for less. She'd kind
They're
of
gonna
look at
kill you. We
Ragnar
can
with this
kill them.
pointed look.
How about this? Church, you look ahead, see if you noticed anything or any people, and don't go too far in. And if you can get a lay of the land, you maybe come back and show her what's over there.
Hey, yeah, I'll go.
And follow that path with to the right or whatever that was.
He will roll.
Yeah, stealth as you head off to the right. 12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Church seems a little shakier on his feet than usual as he heads off to the right. And Church, as you creep along the edge of this much quieter waterway, this is like a diversion that's been man-made. And so the rushing of the water dies down a lot here. It's more of like a gentle gurgle. And there are man-made walkways that have been erected on both sides. The walls here are smooth, unlike the passageway you just came through. They don't feel like the rough rock walls that have been naturally carved by river water, but rather like carefully hewn stone that has been sort of formed with purpose.
Okay.
And as you walk along, you actually notice that the pathway you're walking on forms mosaic patterns in the stone beneath your feet. The water here, as you sort of creep further in is also lightly perfumed, and soon you see why. As the water eventually sort of spreads out into what looks to be a subterranean garden. There are lilies and fronds, very carefully cultivated in patterned beds here. And you see a warm light coming from ahead as you see a neon sign hanging from above, um, which has the face or the visage of a winking dwarf woman on it with a beehive hairstyle. Give me a perception check.
Okay. 23.
Ooh.
23, big numbers, yeah. The neon sign clearly some trick of in sort of encapsulated dragon fire whirling around the sign distracts you for just a second. But with that high roll, you do catch a few different things. Off to your left, you hear just across these carefully cultivated beds of lotuses and lilies, you hear a vague giggling. And to your right, you hear two pairs of footsteps kind of walking at a decent clip towards you, making their way, I guess, closer rather than further.
Okay. Guess I would attempt to hide.
Yeah,
Like
give
crouch
me
down
another
behind
stealth check.
a bush or a tree or something.
Mhm.
Ooh, a 10.
28.
I'm at
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Are you?
Oh.
Oh shit! You're disadvantaged right
Oh,
now.
yeah. Exhaustion.
I got heavy armor on.
Oh
Oh,
right.
and the exhaustion, right?
Yeah.
Or is that just
And
for something else?
exhaustion. I had forgotten about that, Kraken. You're right. Yeah. You go to hide behind one of these beds of carefully sort of like cultivated flowers, and as you do, you realize the water is a lot more shallow than you thought here. So as you go to dive behind this flower bed, um your foot kind of like sinks in the mud and slips a little bit and you clatter. You hear the
Okay.
footsteps stop and then increase, as they pick up pace and come towards you faster.
Okay. Well. I guess I would try and run back from where I came. I don't know what else to do. I've got my
Yeah.
movement speed is halved though. That's the problem. That's
Yeah,
why
your
I didn't
movement
want to
speed
come
is
in the
halved.
first place. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Would you roll again since it's at disadvantage?
I was gonna say, I was like, this is almost not even worth a roll with the half speed and the disadvantage, and the nat one increasing the difficulty level of this. So as you clamber to leave, you slip in the mud again, kind of like off of this stone path, and you're kind of on your hands and knees, kind of making quite a bit of noise at this point. The rest of you can hear like a clattering far above of Church's armor as it's like, almost like a tin can being crumpled and whirling around the corner. Two guards in the house stiletto sort of insignia and the lavender and gold vestment of the house kind of come like strutting down towards you. And one of them says, "Oi, who's that then?" And he like pulls out his sword and like points it at you.
God damn it.
State your business.
Church is gonna be. He's gonna kind of roll his eyes back a little bit. He's gonna be like,
You got any more glass?
Oh, try to look like a glass head.
Yeah,
It
he's
just
gonna play
made
the
its way
glass
to the
head.
manufacturing facility.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
And nose
Go ahead
right
and give
now.
me a deception check. You don't have to do this one at disadvantage because you look like you just got high.
I did. I did just get high. Okay.
Yeah, your
17.
eyes are still bleary. Yeah, your eyes are still bleary. You have that haggard look about your face. There's some shadows underneath the eyes. The way you're clamoring about in the muck, begging for glass. And it gives the guard pause for a moment. He's like, how did he find this place? Is it a glass head? And then you see the female guard kind of walk forward and be like, I'll take care of this. You go keep watch outside the count.
Come on, darling. A
And
little bit of glass. Come on. I know you got lots of this stuff.
you hear the gentleman say, I don't think we're supposed to split up. And you hear the woman say, go take care of it. I'll get rid of him. And you hear the half-orc say, well, beat him up real good for me. And 2 hands wrap around your shoulder plates very brusquely and lift you up onto the stone platform, kind of like dragging you along as you
Okay.
as she does so.
Yeah.
And as she picks you up, you hear her whisper under her breath, you're very lucky it's I that found you. And
Why
you
have you got
recognize
glass?
in disguise your acquaintance from the riverboat. Yes, very nice act. As she almost like kicks you behind the knee and like ushers you forward.
He'll like fall, head in the direction she's gesturing.
Yeah. She takes you off to the left, and then once she's sure her companion is out of sight, like smacks you on the back of the head rather brusquely. And is like,
Fuck, oi.
is this your idea of an undercover operation?
Oh, I just got lit on fire by a fucking dragon. It's my idea of salvaging what's left.
The best
Also, it
way
wasn't my
to
idea. I
avoid
didn't want to
getting
fucking go ahead.
set,
They sent me.
you didn't want to go ahead. Isn't that
Look at the
your
state of me.
entire job? And whose fault is it that you're in such a state? I thought you were up to this task.
Oh, fucking hell. You know, I'm not much of a babysitter, but I've done a lot of that lately. It continues to happen. What are you even doing here?
Well, much like you, I decided to come babysit my little investment. So it looks like we find ourselves in the same predicament.
Well, your investment,
You're
they're all crouching
babysitting
in the
your...
corridor over there.
Wait, what do you say?
I said your investment's all crouching in the corridor over there. You might want to go speak to them.
She like rolls her eyes and then is like, where are they?
We're that way. It would nod towards where he came from.
All right, come along. And she continues like dragging you along, like sort of in front of her, if that makes sense. Like I guess pushing you rather roughly. And then as she does, she kind of says to you very judgmentally, the first rule of this business is never to get high on your own supply.
Again, dragon flame. It wasn't intentional.
Oh, right. So you thought the best solution to your dragon flame was to get a little look at the glass.
No, the dragon lit the glass on fire and I breathed it in.
So a dragon just happened to light the glass on fire and you just happened to inhale all of it.
What do you mean, all of it?
At this, she like turns you around and
I was fighting glass manufacturers who were holding glass.
yeah. She turns you around a little forcibly. And this is the first time you get a look at her disguise. Her bluntly cut black hair is hidden underneath a helm. And she's wearing like her tattoos are very much covered up with the lavender and gold regalia of this rival house. And her eyes narrow to almost pinpoints as she looks into your eyes and she's like, oh yeah, just a little whiff, I'm sure. And you
not
could
doing
tell
this
she's
to
like
you.
appraising
I want you to be aware that
your
I will
face.
happily kill you too.
Oh,
I don't
God.
think you're in a state to kill me.
Oh,
I
am I
think you would
not?
fall over trying. You look like you got ran over by a dragon.
I don't need to have this conversation right now. Say whatever the fuck you gotta say, and we gotta get on with our job.
From how dilated your eyes are, I would assume you smoked 2 pounds of the shit.
She will not let this go.
I love
He's
her.
ignoring her at this point.
Yeah, she walks forward angrily and then pushes you brusquely to where your party's waiting, and she goes, "Here's your glass head back."
Thank you.
I always
Uh,
told him not to get hooked on the stuff. Bless his heart.
You were mad that I did it without you.
Yeah, I am. Because I would have been there to make sure that you didn't get all hooked on the stuff. I mean, look at you. You lost half your hair doing it.
I've had just about enough of this. I'm gonna go kill the orc. He walks off to find the orc.
She hollers after him. Next time, don't leave me behind when doing it.
Do you slink off to go kill the orc?
Yeah.
As you slink off. Oh my god.
Stop! I can't help myself and laugh.
Yeah. Norin, like, just kind of like rubbing her temples, says to the rest of you, I did some reconnaissance. It looks like Durand brought about 5 men. Pretty low. I was able to fake some documents and come in as a trainee at the last minute.
Hmm.
There are 2 posted outside of the counting room, 2 posted outside of the treasury, and 2 on patrol. Well, now 1 on patrol, because I guess I count as the 6th. We've probably got about a few minutes before my absence is noted, but I think we may have lucked out here. There is a bit of a complication, though. They are expecting someone to come forward so they can test the glass. You see, Durand always tests it before the exchange takes place. And based off of the state of your friend Church, I'm assuming you killed all the glass makers and there's no one to present them with a sample of the batch.
That's correct. However, there's a supply from where we killed them.
We could figure out a way to get somebody in there.
I think if you can figure out a way to get someone in there, you might be able to get your way in to see the Dame and Durand without alerting any of the guards.
We can be very resourceful.
And then he will just try to wink directly at Weiss, but he doesn't know how to wink really, so just 2 blinks one at a time, like a toad.
Lord have mercy. Yes, we can. Yes, we can, Truffle.
Which
Yeah,
one
we
tries
could.
the glass? If we poison it, do we kill them without a fight?
Well,
Ooh.
What?
uh,
Two
Yeah,
birds, one
as you,
stone.
I'm just shocked at the nefariousness. As you say
He's
this,
joined a cult now. He's Broken Bad.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
he's in it now.
Norin is
Oh.
like, well, from my understanding, they both do. You see, they're a bit involved romantically, and so as much as this is an interaction, it's also a bit of a
It's a sex thing.
tryst. Well, I was trying to avoid saying that, but yes.
What's wrong with sex?
She like looks down at this small mushroom creature, this gloopy mushroom creature, and her nostrils flare, and she just doesn't say anything else.
So funny.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So do you get busy a lot then, little man?
That's a personal question.
You're the one who brought it. Speaking of, where has your little glass head gone? And as she says this, you notice Church has stumbled off to go kill the half orc.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
We need to get a leash.
Yeah, that's Weiss.
Look, I've tried.
Church, stumble off down the corridor. Are you trying to be stealthy this time, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, mostly.
Yeah, give me another stealth check.
22.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. Oh, one of those was a nat 20, unfortunately, is disadvantage. So with the 22, this time, you know your way around. You know the places where the rocks get slippery and you can slip into this sort of garden that is erected in the middle of this circular area you're kind of entering. And you know exactly where to place your feet so that you're as quiet as possible. As you hit that same corner that you were intercepted at last time, this time you're able to make your way past it underneath the neon sign. And as you do, you see that just to sort of paint a picture, this was like a small diverted creek that has spread out into this garden. And then underneath the archway of the sign, you notice that the path on both sides actually kind of form a large circle here, kind of like the end of a street or a neighborhood, like a courtyard. And the path circles around where the garden gets sort of like large and wide. And in the middle is a small fountain. There's flowers all around it. And there is a guard kind of walking away towards you. Somewhere on the far east side of the room, you do see two other guards posted. Um, but they're kind of obscured from you with the sort of foliage and garden area that kind of lies between you. And then
Okay.
the path continues over to your left on the other side. But you also see the back of the orc who's like, at this point in his fixed patrol route, hitman style, is like now walking away from you along this like circular path.
Is he on his own?
Yes, usually the guards are in pairs, but his partner went to escort you out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Irritated at everyone else and needing an outlet, he's going to attempt to assassinate the god.
Oh no.
Yeah. I believe for this, you just roll to hit, and then it's an assassination, correct? As long as you're hidden, which you are. Yeah, so just roll to hit. You don't have disadvantage on this since this isn't an ability check, it's an attack roll. You need to, I was going to say you need to beat a 14, but that's a 20.
That's a 20.
You come up silent as a shadow. Your armor not creaking, now sort of wet a little bit with the mud from the garden bed you dove into. And you come up right behind the half orc. What does this look like as your longsword makes contact?
I think it's literally like him just kind of like walking along, and then he hears a sound and he pauses to figure out what it might be, and then like a longsword just like comes through his neck.
Ooh. Yeah, you're able to dispatch the half orc easily.
Okay.
You stand over him, his blood still steaming at your feet.
I'll search his persons.
Yes. You find bum, bum, bum. You find 25 gold pieces, 2 vials of glass. You find 2 daggers. One of them seems special to you.
Okay.
The other one, mundane. And then you also find the house guard insignia as well as orders.
He takes the gold, the dagger that looks fancy, and the insignia and the orders.
Yeah.
And then he reads the orders.
Yeah, the orders are just a schedule and his posting, and also lets you know the schedule and the posting for the other nearby guards. You also know that you also read that there's a special note regarding training the new inductee or the new hire.
Okay. What does that say?
It just merely has an asterisk next to it that says, like, train new guard. And
He assumes the new guard is his lady friend who is heading up the job.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. I guess he would drag he would drag the orc into like one of the thicker flower beds and just like leave him there.
Try to like hide him there.
Yeah, and then just head back to the group.
Yeah.
This is totally Hitman style.
Yeah, this is very Hitman style. Yeah, give me I guess, sleight of hand check to see how well you're able to how well and how quickly you're able to conceal it.
This is a disadvantage, right? Because of exhaustion.
Yes.
15.
Pretty good for disadvantage. Yeah. It takes you a little longer than usual. Your limbs still feel heavy, but you are able to find a sort of shrubbery or sculpture, shrub-like sculpture, the base of which you're able to kind of roll the body unceremoniously into and rearrange the leaves to where no one can really tell what you've done. There is still like a small smear of blood since you did go for the throat where the person was dispatched. But the stone is dark here, and so it would really take someone looking for it for them to see it.
Cool. He'll be like, good enough. And then he'll just head back to the way he came, the corridor.
Yeah. The rest of you hear Church kind of like stumbling back. Longsword, kind of do you resheath it or is it still like in your hand, just bloodied?
It was in his hand and he's cleaning it as he comes back over.
Nice.
Yeah. You all see Church emerge from the shadows, unceremoniously like wiping down this blade, filthy with the viscera of an unsuspecting guard.
Did you win?
Yep. Here's the shift order and here's their insignia. Weiss, you could probably just get a look at him and become the guard, to be honest.
Oh. Alright. Did you at least hide them away?
Yeah, he's in the bushes.
In the bushes.
Right, come on.
I just like how she says in the bushes.
He'll like start to head back towards where he dumped the body, leading Weiss over there.
Yeah. Norin is incredibly impressed and in fact does like a little clap as she sees you come back and hand over the orders and everything to the party. She says,
He ignores
"That's
her, which is
class
wasted.
babysitter."
She's disrespected him too much at this point. She can do one in Church's words.
Weiss and Church slink back to where the body is hidden. And that'll be where we take our first break. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. We'll be right back. Stretch your legs, get some water. And when we come back, we'll see how our party fares at killing the dame. The Bell Dame. Sorry, no, it's not that. It's just the dame. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. So, Weiss, Church, you creep along the second path past the gardens. Weiss, you take in all of these things that Church has already seen, and he leads you to a shrub, like a sort of a sculpture, a shrub sculpture in the shape of a minotaur. There's two of them on both sides of the garden, and at its large rectangular base, you see your trained eye notices a place where some of the branches and leaves have been broken, as though something was shoved in.
I should kind of peer underneath, like looking at him. And I don't know the rules of like I don't know the rules of changing. Is it like the way they have we seen the orc before?
I'm sorry, what?
The guy he killed have Weiss seen him before?
No.
But you're looking at him
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're
I
yeah,
don't know how the
but you
rule
are looking
works.
at him now.
Do we
Um,
only get to turn into them of like the first time we see them, or like when I turn into him, am I gonna have a big like gash upon my throat where he was cut up?
oh. No. Yeah, so basically from my understanding, you can duplicate everything just the way you want it. You just can't duplicate a character or a creature you've never seen. And
Mm.
the other part of it is like what you're wearing is still going to be what you're wearing. You'll just be a half orc wearing that with that half orc's face. So you're not going to have the
Um,
gash or anything like that. You'll just be in Weiss's clothing, but look just like this guy.
okay. Noted. Okay, I'm glad that I'm not just gonna come out looking like a killed guy.
Yeah. Yeah. There is like a spell that is a little bit different because there's also like the disguise self spell. This one's a little bit different because this does change your voice, it changes your appearance. From my understanding though, you can't really change the arrangement of your limbs or drastically change your size. So if you tried to like change into that dragon, like that's not gonna work. But you could roughly change into this half orc, and you'd maybe be a couple of inches shorter, but who would notice, you know? I would allow it.
Right, cool. Yeah, she'd start like taking in his visage and stuff and looking over the different parts of him. It's,
Mhm.
what is Church doing while she's doing this?
Not just ripping the guy's armor off of the corpse,
Okay, thank
tossing
God.
it towards Weiss.
Yeah.
Like
She
one boot, two boots, gauntlets, chest piece.
I'm glad because she was kind of like avoiding it, like definitely not pointedly not looking at his armor or anything, as if like hoping that Church would remove it. And
Ye
anything that
no,
has
y'all
blood on
definitely
it.
played Hitman multiplayer. Y'all are
Yep,
taking the
yep.
costume too.
Yeah.
Weiss
She's
has a
pressing
barcode on
up
the
all
back
the
of her
blood.
head.
And then
She's
Church is
pressing
gonna
all
go
the
and
blood
find
away
Truffle.
and everything.
While Weiss gets dressed, Church will go find Truffle.
Yeah. So Church leaves you in privacy to get into the armor while you try to hide behind this shrub and goes to get Truffle. Um Truffle, what are you doing? I believe you had a little bit of a plan. I want to give you a chance to enact that.
Um, Trevor didn't really have much of a plan. I think he was kind of waiting to see what everyone else was going to do with the disguise. I mean, I think part of the idea he had was the let's like give them a taste of their own medicine, approach where he poisons the drugs that they're about to take and just getting rid of them that way. Um,
Yeah.
so if that's a route that others seem to, want to try, then he would do that. What sort of role do you think You would make for that, maybe.
So yeah. Yeah, if everybody wants to do that. I mean, you have 2 vials of the stuff, church. So if you wanna collaborate on this, you could totally, sort of, tamper with a sample and then pose as a lab worker kind of bringing in the sample if you wanted to try to do that. That's definitely something you could do, or a guard, I suppose. Yeah, you'd probably have to do some explaining above the table. You'd probably have to explain why a lab worker isn't bringing it in, but that can be easily arranged, I'm sure. Another option would be to backtrack it. We could fast forward through that and grab the garb of a lab worker if you wanted to try to pass off as a lab worker.
I thought
This
Weiss
would
was
also give
delivering
you
the glass, though. Is that still part of the strategy, or are they going in on
Weiss is
their own for something
becoming
else?
the god I killed.
Okay,
So
but and so the guards don't deliver glass, it's the lab workers that do.
yeah,
mhm.
yeah, usually the
Okay.
lab brings in a sample. The guards are just there to make sure that no one tries to rob the place. And from what your accomplice has told you, or I guess I should say the person that hired you has told you, there's 2 posted up outside of the treasury, 2 posted up outside of the offices, and 2 on patrol. One of those is a plant, your friend Norin, and the other one is dead and will now be replaced by Weiss. Um, it would be, like I said, it would be atypical for a guard to bring in a sample, but you could try to deceive your way into explaining that away, or explaining why the lab didn't bring up the sample themselves. That's completely up to you. But yeah, I think you could take a moment here as a party to figure out how you want to move forward, since there is a little bit of subtlety required for what you're aiming to do. I also want to give space to Tim for Ragnar, if Ragnar wants to kill the dame himself, or if he is okay with poisoning her. I just want to.
Oh,
This is sort of
um,
your moment to kind of like discuss a game strategy or a game plan.
so what race were the meth cooks or the glass cooks?
um, they were, I believe, they were. I had generic stat blocks for them. I don't even think they were
Okay.
named characters.
Okay, I
But
just
yeah, it was probably a mix. It was probably a
okay.
mix. I think there was probably a dragonborn, a dwarf, a human, and yeah, there's definitely a mix of them.
Okay, so it could possibly be, um
I don't
Being the
think
meth
anyone
guy
would
would be
look.
being the meth
I
guy would
don't
be a
think
really good
anybody
opportunity.
would be. Sorry.
The delay. It's the delay. It's the delay. Go, Miss. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think any of you would be out of place in the meth guy uniform. I love that we're calling it that now, except Truffle, because Truffle
Okay.
looks so strange. Not to be rude, Truffle. I'm sorry, but you are a weird. You're a weird little guy.
He's a weird little guy, it's true.
Yeah, but anybody else wouldn't look out of sorts in that uniform.
Okay. I mean, I mean, Ragnar could, I think he would wanna dress up as one of the lab workers, and,
Mhm.
I mean, I would be okay with the poisoning. He would probably just wanna serve it to her or do whatever he can with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, you could definitely do that. And like I said, we can also fast track past a lot of that. There's no role required to go back, grab a uniform, and come back. That's not going to
Okay.
require anything, especially now that Weiss can kind of pose as being on patrol and cover for you. All of those roles miraculously went well. We made church roll like 18 times. All of the rolls were good.
At disadvantage
Um,
18 times.
yeah, I was gonna say, if this was a case where the guard missing was noted, but Norin is still has their cover intact, they can easily do a couple of rounds with you, Weiss, and pretend to be on patrol while Ragnar backtracks and gets a sample of glass, or and a costume, so to speak. My question is, how would you like to poison this shard? How would you like to alter it, Truffle? Do you have a plan?
Well, I was looking at my different spells. Uh, they're kind of overkill for this. I think one option would definitely be just the mushrooms he has in his backpack, trying to he obviously would know which ones were poison and try to like concoct a poison that way or like imbue it with some poisonous mushroom. But because he's not very familiar with glass as a material, that might be
Would you like
tricky.
to try to examine it and see if you can?
Yeah, I'll start with examining it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Oof.
Not my best.
Yeah, nat 1. Um, Truffle, darling baby, give me a Constitution save. That's a nat
No,
1.
he took loss.
No, no trouble. Okay.
Hey!
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, you're inspecting this as you do with all things, and you all kind of watch in horror as Truffle trying to examine the nature of this, probably examines it between his hands. You see the eyes maybe widen a bit as they examine like the weave of magic around this arcane splinter. And then you see the tongue come out as he goes to like taste it subconsciously, as this is probably what Truffle does with mushrooms, probably
Yeah.
like kind of tests them. Yeah. As your tongue hits the crystal, Truffle, you did succeed on your con save. Uh, your eyes dilate, colors become more vivid for a brief moment, and you feel all of your like arcane abilities kind of your spell slots are on fire, if that makes sense. Like you feel suddenly so in tune with magic, with its applications, with how to bend it to your will, and everything feels better for half a second. But your good trip rapidly turns into a bad one as your vision blurs, and around you, you see not where you are, but your home in the Feywilds. And
Fuck.
you see your toadstool village being set upon fire with fire elementals kind of brought to life in beautiful gorgeous floral patterns and forming these sort of massive fiery vines that are overtaking your grove, searing and smoldering everything. You smell death around you, and not the death that you're used to, but the forest fire kind of death as your glade is destroyed. You see your family and your friends fleeing before you, many of them being reduced to cinders before taking only a few steps out of their home. And then, as you blink, you're brought back to this reality.
He'd be freaked the fuck out. He'd it's kind of fucking rabid looking. He's frothing at the mouth.
Hey! What?
I don't like this stuff. I don't like it. I hate it,
Church, you notice
actually.
he's not high at all. Like the way you were moving very quickly, this is very different from what your experience was.
So this
What are
just
you
happened
doing?
once he like tasted the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He like goes to lick it and examine it. Yeah.
Okay.
You just see him come back frothing at the mouth, sort of like ranting and raving a little bit.
Church is like clicking his fingers in front of Truffle's face. Oi! Oi! Hello?
back?
He'll slap
Where
him.
am I? Oh, ow.
Did you lick that fucking
Oof.
thing?
Yeah, I was seeing what it was.
Don't fucking lick it.
Okay, noted. Won't lick.
Need your help with something.
Okay.
We'll follow church.
He'll bring him over to the body of the orc.
Oh,
You said you
yeah.
can make bodies disappear, so I need this body to disappear.
Oh. I mean, yeah. How long we got? Like 2 months or
2 minutes?
2 minutes?
Yeah.
Uh,
He'll call out
Fucking good is
Fen.
2 months.
Fen, you hungry?
Yeah. This time, when Fen comes crawling out of your basket, how does Fen look now that you've sort of like attuned with this dragon?
Oh, I think Fen will have started to grow dragon scales. And maybe
Oh.
have some like sharper teeth. Not to the point where they're usable yet, or like I would,
Yeah.
trust in combat, but it's like a little whelpling.
Yeah. Fen comes lolling, chubby bodied first, almost somersaulting out of the basket unceremoniously. And you see their long tongue kind of lap up your arm towards the glass you were examining as it's like still attuned to like sniff it out.
No glass.
Uh,
Body.
You point at the body. Okay, give me an animal handling check to see if you can convince Fen to eat this thing.
We have very much broken bad. Um
25. Yeah. You haven't fed Fen yet. So Fen is very, very hungry. And Fen begins wrapping one tongue around the leg to eat this thing.
Oh,
Roll 5d6 for me.
Yeah, Fen's very small compared to this orc. I don't
I was
know.
gonna say
oh my
I'll see how
god.
far you can get.
10. Yeah. Fen eats a leg and an arm and then sits back and looks at you. Like just
Good
full,
boy.
like
Good
sweating.
boy.
Holy
Okay, back in the basket.
Church, the scene is grisly. You just watch this strange gecko creature try to like eat this thing and then get defeated, patting its belly. This time, when it rolls back in your basket, Truffle, it does so a lot slower as it
Uh,
waddles in, belly distended from
It's
the massive
accomplished
feast it
literally
just
nothing,
had.
Truffle.
let me see what else I got.
And he'll let's see. Cast infestation. Would that be helpful?
Yeah. Oh, like has a bunch of bugs to like eat this
Yeah,
thing.
just it's a cantrip, so like basically constantly conjuring
Yeah.
bees to eat this like body.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Church, you watch with horror as Truffle conjures all kind of insect to come and feast upon this half orc, this now quarter eaten half orc. And with another 6 points, you notice all the flesh is gone and some of the sinew, but there's still a gory
Is
a
this good
gory
enough? What did you want within 2 minutes?
I thought you'd maybe like grow the bush to hide
so
it.
gross. This
Something
is
that involves the
You
nature
wanted me to
shit that
grow
you
the
do.
bush?
Instead, you fed half of it to your pet and then a leg to some beetles. I don't
I
know
can
what
grow
you're.
a bush. What is
I
that
need
have
it
to do with
hidden.
anything?
Just hide it.
What did you say that?
He casts
I said I need it gone.
um yeah, I mean he casts fucking fiber shape and makes the fucking bush big. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is easy. You can make a crude coffer. This is easy. You are very easily able to manipulate the floor of this like
Yeah. Yeah,
swampy
it's like a
garden to completely cover and sink in this corpse. This really mangled, really nasty corpse.
Like, I probably just should have started with that, huh? I didn't know what you meant.
Hey, it's hidden now.
Like it's bad.
That's all that
It's
matters.
bad.
Great job.
Y'all were
Truffle.
talking about Breaking Bad. This is kind of like this is a season of that if you've seen it. Yeah, it's like
Breaking
it's
worse.
yeah. You see a truly defiled corpse kind of reclaimed by the earth and it
It all
is
goes the same
successfully
place, he says.
hidden.
Right. You can get back to whatever you were doing now, mate. That's all I needed from you.
Anytime.
He'll, I guess, hobble back over. I don't know how long that took. He's just like,
Sorry, I had a thing to do. What were we talking about?
You see
Oh.
Ragnar is now wearing, like, the lab regalia of one of the lab workers. Has probably been waiting for you for about 15 minutes.
uh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think there's any way
so,
you could slip this into the glass?
and he'll like
uh,
hold out like a little, uh, like leaf, like twig.
um, so what is it? Is this like, I'm assuming they have to light it. Um,
Yeah, wait.
Yeah,
so,
How did they smoke this
not
anyway?
not to get too far into the weeds with the various ways that one can imbibe. You've probably seen it done a few different ways. Now, um, you would know with your background as kind of like, being wise with the city guard, Ragnar. Um, a lot of people will embed shards of it into their flesh, and this grants them the ability to do things they wouldn't otherwise be able to do,
okay.
and allows them to work very long shifts as well. From watching church, the way church imbibed it, you know that shattering it is also quite effective. And, from
Uh-huh.
seeing Truffle lick it, you think that there's probably a number of ways one could truly, the world is your oyster.
Okay. Um,
Maybe put this splinter in, and I'll be able to manipulate it.
okay.
Something small they won't notice, but that's natural.
Uh,
Capiche?
I see. I want her to like slowly die. That's my goal with this one, just so she can understand what's happening.
Well,
Yeah.
So
this will do that. If what I have in mind works, this will not be quick.
no, she needs to be quickly disabled, but then I need her to be conscious.
Right. Well, again, if what I have in mind works, then it will be painful.
Um, all right. Okay, so he'll should I just hand the vial to him? Yeah, I'll hand the vial to him to do whatever he wants with it.
Mhm.
So is it liquid form or is it physical or what's? I guess I'm still trying to understand.
Yeah, it's like small shards of crystal, if it's the
Okay.
sample that church found.
You talking
It's
like a
like very
test tube vial, like some like thin long
Yeah,
thing? Okay,
yeah, yeah, and you know that this is often hidden, by being hammered into, like, sheets and hidden in lamps, but usually it needs to be crushed or slivered in order to use it for anything, so
gotcha. Okay.
Now, hear me out. Would it
Mm,
be possible to use the fiber shape spell I just linked to
uh-huh.
make a approximation of glass, but it's natural instead of, you know, drug? And
Oh.
maybe enlist like the help of uh like some minor illusion or something to make it make the finer details work better. But the idea would
Yeah,
be, yeah,
you
like
could
a natural
form
version of it.
yeah, you could form, like, a fiber splinter. It wouldn't have that lustrous red, like, sort of gem-like quality, but then you could try to pass it off as that, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he would try to do. Make like a replica as close as possible, even if it looks a little
So you
different.
have, like, all these red splinters in the vial and then, like, one
Mm,
kind of wooden one?
I guess, or I mean, I think I can make the splinters look red, but they would be like instead of
Ooh, okay.
glass, they would be
Yeah, just
like
a
made of
slight
wood.
texture difference. Yeah,
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 yeah.
sure.
Um, yeah, that's I think that's the plan. So he would try to replace the splinters with like wooden splinters, but make them look as close to the red crystal as possible. So they'd be wooden red splinters.
Amazing.
Sweet.
Okay, give them this, and it won't go down easy.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right, thank you. And is the that other lady, is she still like right here, like outside of the group? Where is she right now? The quote
Um,
trainee.
yeah, so she's been sort of establishing a cover for everyone, and in
Okay.
fact is, like, patrolling with Weiss,
Oh, right.
to
Okay.
kind of make it look like those 2 guards are not missing since they kind of patrol the perimeter. In fact, Weiss, the 2 of you are walking along past the treasury, and you see the 2 guards that you've passed twice now already kind of nod at you as you go by, and as you walk along, you notice that there is, like, a gate leading into tapered at the very top, but a large metal gate, and past it, your eyes almost glitter with gold as you see crates of not only rolled up parchments, but coin and occasionally
Ooh.
gems,
Holy
carefully
shit.
stacked. Yeah, right past a gate with 2 guards posted outside. As you continue your patrol with Norin, um, you also pass the 2 guards in front of these closed mahogany doors, once again with that relief sculpture, or yeah, relief sort of, image that you saw on the neon sign earlier of a dwarf with a beehive kind of winking. Um, and you hear from inside giggling.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess Weiss would ask Norin, what's that all about?
Well, Durand is her boy toy. I try not to think about it.
Right. Weiss just immediately, her eyes are like, oh god. She looks back to Norin. How many boy toys does she have?
Well, this is the only one I know about, but they've been on and off for years.
Oh. And she just like kind of picks up her pace to keep walking.
Yeah, yeah. And the 2 of you finish your patrol and kind of make it back to the group. And, as you do, Norin says, "Well, that should buy us about 8 minutes before we have to do another round."
Um, He'll notice that Weiss is like shaken up by that. So, what did you discover?
Just a lot more than I wanted to.
What does that mean?
She looks to him for a moment and then realizes an opportunity. And she just grins, this orcish, like, tooth grin as she just goes, you know, just your aunt getting it on with her little boy toy. You want me to describe it for you? And it was
Oh
about
no.
yay high, just working over, really. It was crazy. She's got a lot of endurance. She just goes into
Oh god.
That doesn't bother me. Uh, so you know where she is.
Y'all, it was a giggle. It was a giggle.
Like Weiss is a woman of giggling nature. She knows what's going on.
Would would Weiss know that she's in there, or is that like is she in there? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Have you found her?
Weiss has an idea of where she's at.
Yeah, I know where she is.
Okay. Um, well, we have a plan. So I think you escort me. I have this vial. it's already been spiked. So as soon as she tries it, she'll go down. We have to deal with her. Ideally, it'd be nice to take them both down, but I think Church should follow in behind, or maybe even go ahead and
Truffle will be following you too, because he would let you know that he needs to be there to make the vial do the thing.
oh, okay. Oh God. Wait, how are you gonna? So, are they the only ones on that route with that patrol? Like, is there a chance that another patrol would walk through that area?
From the orders Church grabbed, there's only 6 people on duty. So yeah, it
Right.
would just be that patrol.
That one patrol and the other 2 are kind of guarding, or the other
Yeah.
4 are just guarding 2 places. Okay. Um.
Mhm.
Okay. Then he would know probably the route to wherever they're going is probably clear. Um.
Yeah, there's 2 people posted outside the door, but no one
Oh, that door.
inside the office. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll need to dispatch the 2 guards out front, which I think Weiss and Church should handle that. And be very discreet. And
Sure.
then we
Is
need
my
to handle
middle
that
name.
before we go on. What's that?
Discreet is my middle name.
That's perfect.
I didn't
So
know that.
handle them
Now
and
you live, you
clear the
learn.
way. We'll be close behind.
Nice,
So,
discreet,
Weiss
Bart. Nice to meet you.
Weiss, Church, how do you wanna go about this? Look at that, pinky up.
You want me to follow you in, Tim?
Well, the thing is, like, the guards are out front, right? Do we want to
Yeah.
assume? The problem is um if Truffle's gonna be there, he's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. If he has to be there, like, what are we gonna do? Is he like? There's 2 guards that are gonna be there, and the fucking Truffle's gonna be hobbling over there. So yeah, I think we have to get rid of it. No, we have to probably
All
take
right,
him down.
Weiss, tell the guards at the door there's been a problem. Lead them over to the glass room where they were cooking, and then we'll kill them.
All right. I'll do my best.
I just need vision.
Oh.
As long as I can see them or the vial, then I'm all good, baby.
For me, it's Ragnar describing you as hobbling. I was imagining this like
I mean, he's
a
got his
little
like he's got like his walking stick, just like
I have
waddling
some
over.
respect. He's a very notable member among the court.
Thank you, orc friend.
Yeah, no
As long as he
problem.
can see it.
I mean,
Um,
who are you?
I'm Truffle.
So maybe I don't understand
the
how it
team.
works then. So as long as you can see it, like I thought you were putting like a
You'll-
spike in it already, and then we just carry it in.
Yeah. I mean, that'll kill them maybe in like, I don't know, a couple weeks. But I was thinking the thing I would do after would make it much faster.
Oh. Well then, yeah, we need to remove the guards.
Okay.
Because they're inside the room. The 2 guards are outside, no?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, Church, I think your plan's good.
Do you wanna
Okay.
try it,
All
Weiss?
right.
Sure.
Norin goes with you since you are, sort of in this patrol together and on schedule, leads you around the perimeter of this sort of round vestibule that you're in. You once again nod, going counterclockwise to the treasury guards, and then begin to approach the two guards outside of the office. How do you play this?
We were gonna tell them that something is wrong, right?
I think Church's plan was to tell them that something's wrong in the manufacturing wing and pull them over there.
I think he would come up and post at him. Need some help. We heard some very odd sounds coming from the manufacturing wing. We don't want to check it out alone.
Oh. Oh, well, like one looks at the other one, the other one shrugs. Isn't that your kind of your job there, Gus?
My name Gus.
You and the you and the
My
you
name,
and the
my
newbie.
name Gus.
I mean, this might be a good opportunity for you to teach the newbie. And at this, he gestures at Norin. Uh, how we handle things.
Yeah. He kind of grunts orkishly and looks at him. I thought so the same, but with it being so close, I don't want anything to go wrong because of this idiot. And he'd elbow him,
Yeah,
especially
you
when
see
we've got the
Norin.
tasting so soon.
Yeah, at this you see the guards' eyes light up. Oh, they finally got the sample. They're running late today.
I think so. That's why I want to make sure everything's going well in there. We don't need anything fucky to happen.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
I can do this. Smile.
Oh
Hey!
yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. At this, you see the other guard pipe up. A half elf that's like, oh, thank God. Okay. Listen, let's go get this sorted out. Let's get this figured out because she's been fucking impossible to work for with that sample being late. She gets about her
Ugh.
fix.
And
All right. I'll come with you.
awful, trust me.
And the two
You're getting
guards.
stopped every time you walk around the corner.
Ugh. She threw a glass at my head today.
You all right?
Yeah. She got bad aim.
He kind of laughs.
Yeah. Yeah. And the half elf is just
off.
like dizzy old biddy and like follows you.
Easy old
They'd walk
biddy.
off.
Wow.
Yeah. The other guard, the dwarf, is just like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. As he follows you. And you lead them back to the manufacturing, I should say, the docking bay, or the loading bay, where Church can execute his perfectly laid plan. Church, you see Weiss shapeshifted as the half orc and Norin kind of walk in here, and you see the two guards mention, so what kind of sound did you hear?
Where are they in relation to like coming into the room?
Where, like, right
I want
near
to
the
basically.
entrance.
I want to lean against the wall by the entrance, and then have like Weiss and the other guard walk through, and then I'm gonna ambush the second two.
Evil, but yes. Yeah, no, this is very easy for you to do. You see the two of them come by. You've had time to lay your trap. You'll definitely be able to take out one.
That's the plan, and
The
then I'm just gonna convince the other one to give up.
Yeah, okay. Roll the hit. You're attacking from stealth, so you get advantage on this.
But I'm also 2 exhaustion, so I get no advantage.
I believe that's just on ability checks, not on attack
Oh, is it?
rolls. Yes.
In that
I
case,
might be wrong, but I think
24.
it's just ability checks.
It would have been
Yeah.
a 22 anyway, even at disadvantage.
I like to imagine
Yeah.
that he asks that and she just goes, "Oh, is this really weird, son?" And just
Actually,
Yeah.
can I get both if I action searched?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'll action search.
that's
Roll
sick.
to hit again.
Uh,
Amazing.
18.
18. And 18 is enough to do it. The 15 wouldn't have been enough. Yeah, you hear the sound. They're talking and then they're not talking, Weiss. And then you hear gurgling.
yeah, it sounded a little bit like that. She turned around to look at him.
And both have been dispatched skillfully by Church. One of them, their last dying words being, "I don't get paid enough for this."
Yeah.
I know.
Church is like
I know.
covered in claret. Like his whole face is just blood. He went for the jugular and it sprayed him.
Ugh.
Gruff.
All right.
Yeah.
That's my part.
Truffle, since you're all in the sort of docking bay, you would have had to hid there to avoid their detection. Like you all see this happen, maybe crouched behind some crates or some boxes and barrels.
Truffle's not really phased by gore.
Yeah. It
So
creates a lot of it.
yeah.
Yeah, I just cannibalizes bodies.
Ragnar, you noticed that this is not the first time your employees have done this. This is like a trained. Weiss seems completely unfazed. Church is altogether too good at this.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't have asked any better myself.
Up to you,
So
no,
the door
mate.
is open. Yeah, I think we bring it. He'll, I guess so. So I guess you're gonna escort me to the room. We'll say it's ready, and just deliver it. Once it's ingested, then we'll have Truffle finish the job.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It seemed she was pretty eager to do it, so shouldn't have any problem.
All right. Okay, I guess we do it. So
Yeah.
he'll start walking that way.
You make your way towards the door with both sets of guards dispatched. It's quite easy for you to make your way there undeterred. You see the shiny mahogany doors with the sort of carving or of the dwarf on it, and with the beehive, and you notice that the nose ring is actually the knocker for the door.
Would she? How
You
long
hear
ago did
now
they
you all
last?
hear it. You all hear a giggling from inside.
Oh, okay. How long ago did Ragnar see her, or ever did they ever even meet?
She was at the
They did-
hearing, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was there to like give testimony against you.
Oh,
But
right,
you were
right,
able to leave before like you saw her. You've seen her throughout your life, but it is almost like a frenemyship with your father. She would come to like major family events like weddings, funerals, and things like that. But
Mhm.
in general, she was like your father's estranged sister. So although you're familiar with how she looks, you don't see each other every day. And usually when you
Right.
do, it's under like, pretty dire circumstances.
Yeah, it's just more like, is she gonna recognize him off the bat, right? Walking in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, you do have a disguise on. It's been a while since she's seen you. Go ahead and give me a deception check to see how well you were able to kind of like
Uh,
obscure your, change your
oh
gait
god.
or
Here we go. This is a bad one. Oh yeah, that's bad.
yeah. You all notice as Ragnar is getting ready to go into the room that Ragnar's bearing is not that of a glass manufacturer, but rather that of a proud dwarf barbarian of House Steelbrow. Yeah. Like he
I'm not
still has
gonna
the
like
same shoulders back, chin up. I'm
I'm
the
not gonna
boss
slap
type
him
of
on the back of the head with bardic inspiration. Hey, remember, you're some lowly worker. Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, go ahead and add the bardic inspo die. Is yours a D6?
It's a D8 now because I'm level 5.
It's a
Oh.
Ooh.
D8. That's good because you're gonna need a 5 or better for this to work.
Oh fuck this. Okay.
On a D6, that'd be a lot harder.
No, it's not! Ragnar, please! What is wrong with you?
What the fuck?
Yeah. You slap him on the back of the head to be like, "Remember, you're like a lowly dock worker now." But, you still see the immaculately, styled mustache, the gold in the beard glinting, and the general, like, fierceness in the eye that signifies, Ragnar Steelbrow. Like, the bearing is still very much there.
Oh my god.
This doesn't look like some nerd who makes glass for a living.
Hmm.
Yeah, the rippling muscles underneath the lab attire, like, kind of give themselves away a little bit.
Jesus.
Maybe, maybe he would suggest to Wise to do that, and he would just put on the uniform and hope that they don't notice.
Yeah. No, 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 you can still go in. Yeah, you'll
Okay.
probably just be made a little sooner. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think,
Well, she's gonna be tweaking anyway, so.
yeah. I think she'd minor illusion just like this gruff looking, like disheveled mustache and stuff instead, and give him a
Oh.
what is it? What did they wear in the dock? Like put some kind of illusion of a mask over his fucking dwarven swarmy face.
Fair.
Something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she
You can definitely minor illusion some soot and some
Yeah.
sweat, like, for that looks like he's been working, and the mustache looks suddenly less oiled and a lot shittier, um, to, like, help him once he goes in.
Yeah.
And, as the like, so do you just, like, push open the doors to go in?
I think,
He'll knock.
I think Weiss would announce him just to kinda
Oh,
help
okay.
keep the, like,
Oh, yeah,
approach
yeah,
off
yeah.
of him and just be like, "Ugh, some code that they would have found in the note." Like, it's here, finally.
Yeah, as you say that and the door kind of creaks open, um, you see a dwarf with beehive hair, uh, and a large gold ring in her nose, giggling, her feet up on her desk, while another dwarf with a very long feather is, like, tickling her toe.
Hmm.
Yeah, Weiss would keep
Momo!
her Weiss
Momo!
She a little
Momo, I'm
freak.
trying.
Try
Trying
and keep her
so
head
hard.
down and mention, "Oh, it's here. God, your
Yeah,
family's
yeah.
fucking weird." It's a Ragnar.
So Ragnar will
Yeah, you
approach up,
see
kind of head down a little bit,
yeah,
and
you see Durand, a rippling, dwarf, tickling the toes with an ostrich feather going, "Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, moe." And the Momo! And the dwarf is like laughing and giggling so hard that she doesn't notice you. And she goes, well, hurry up then. And she just like
Get
puts out
in
her
there.
hand
She pushes him in.
expectantly. Yeah, Weiss unceremoniously like just like shoves you into the room, Ragnar.
He'll walk up and is it going to be one vial? I guess so he'll say
You have two, one of the
You have two.
legit stuff and one of the sort of like stuff that Truffle made.
Okay. So he'll hand the one that Truffle made to her and hand him the other one. This is a special recipe. We've made it more cost effective.
Cost effective. We'll bring it here quickly. Durand, you're going to love this. And she puts out her hand expectantly.
Yeah, he'll just hand over the spiked one to her.
Yeah. She feels it in her hand, and it feels a little strange to her as she does. And she like ponders it a moment before like sort of like slipping it into the palm of her hand. She's like, oh, what's this then? And this is the first time she actually stops to look at you, and she jerks her foot back from the ostrich feather. And she like kind of just like, this is the first time her eyes fall on you, Ragnar.
Oh,
It looks weird.
I assure you, this will be the best you've ever had.
Make a deception check.
Fuck, my God, this. Well,
No
all right.
pressure.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
I don't know.
And
This
then-
that was a
yeah.
10.
As you say that, she almost gets distracted from the material in her hand. Her foot now pulled back from the ostrich feather, still bare with her painted toes upon her desk. And she's like, do I know you from somewhere?
I don't
I
believe
don't
so.
think I've seen you in the lab before, but you do look rather. Huh. Come here. Come into the candlelight.
Oh God. I must be on my way. We have more to make.
Well, I'm your boss, and I'm saying bring that face closer into the candlelight. I want to take a good look at you.
So she's got it in her hand now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll get up closer. Can he like force her to like just take it at this point?
Make a grapple check.
A grapple?
Yeah. So this will be an opposed athletics roll, I believe.
Athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I roll so
Jeez.
shit?
Forcing to do drugs.
Yeah. Okay. Da, da, da. So you make an athletics check. Yeah. As your wait. That's +2. It's supposed to be -2. So that's
That's
13.
Oh.
Because I accidentally did +2, but she's a magic user, so she's actually -2 to strength. So wait, no. So what am I doing? So that's 15. It still wins though. It took me a second because I was like,
Well, if it's
am I crazy?
15
15
No,
minus
because
would be
it's 15 on the
13.
die -2. You're right. I'm confusing myself here, friends. Okay. So it's 15 on the die -2. So it is 13. She struggles for a moment as you like grab her hand with the splinter that was like she was about to inject into her palm, and then she stops. And as you like come in and like try to force her to take it, she's just like, Ragnar, and then you plunge the splinter into her palm.
Dramatic.
As you do, the splinter does 2 piercing damage, and she casts Hellish Rebuke on you. Give me a dexterity saving throw. 17. So you're only going to take half damage on this. Just look at her character sheet real quick. So you take half of that. So you take 6 fire damage as you're buffeted in flames, as she shrieks and she goes and she says to her boyfriend Durand, Durand, quickly! It's that foul whelp spawn of my brothers. And she's like screeching at you as she's like trying to stumble to her feet, trying to get her bare foot off the table where it was like posed on a pillow for tickling.
Could I barge into the room?
Yeah, I thought you were like in the doorway. Yeah.
I think she would react like, "Oh, fiend! How'd you squirm in here?" And she'd like run towards Ragnar, but in reaction, she's gonna cast Hold Person on Duran.
Ooh,
Ooh.
amazing. Do they make a wisdom
Thinking.
save for this?
I hope my sheet is lagging, but yes. Let me see. There it is.
Let me see here. Hold person. They have to make a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed. It's getting spicy, y'all. I got a 12. What's your save?
15.
Oh, you're able to cast Hold Person on Durand, who freezes in time as
Oh, I
you
accidentally
come rushing in.
Randall, I'm sorry.
That's okay, don't worry. As you come rushing in, Durand is paralyzed, and you do what? You tackle Ragnar?
No, she basically like grabs him, like she's acting as if she's getting him away from her, right? But she like
Yeah.
whispers the incantation, the verbal somatic, and Ragnar will see Duran freeze, and she will whisper,
Oh.
"Act now, get off of her." And he's just like pretending to hold you really tightly, but it's just flexing her orc muscles.
Yeah.
I
As
guess I was just gonna
yes,
say
go ahead.
Truffle's waiting for his cue, so he's on the outside too, like looking at Church, like, Am I good? Do I go?"
Yeah.
You're just waiting?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he,
Judge is like
he'll waddle
wiping,
into the
still
room.
wiping blood off his face. Judge will walk in with
Uh,
Truffle just into the room.
As
Yeah,
you walk
Truffle-
into the room, Church, you see the dame pull out a wand of like bleached wood, bleached by the sheer arcane energy flowing through it. And she goes, "What is the meaning of this? Detain him. I'll deal with you later." And she like raises her wand. What do you do, Truffle?
Well, I have a couple options. Here were the two that I was considering. One was spike growth, and the other was enlarge and reduce. My thinking was I wanted to enlarge the splinters because I have to like control over these natural elements, enlarge those objects specifically. And it says here it goes up a size scale and becomes 8 times heavier.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
I
kind of
mean,
an
the world
internal
is your
spike growth.
oyster.
Look, whatever you think is possible. He's basically looking to sprout a tree within her that will
Oh my god!
Oh.
like immobilize her and be very painful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got a 30-foot range. I think if it's I don't even think they'd make the con save for that because you're casting it on an object. For spike growth, I think that
That
would
one's
be a
more of
little
like
bit.
a terrain thing. So
Yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah.
but it is literally trying to make a spike grow. So, like, either that or fibrous shape. Again, I can, manipulate it and
No,
make
I
it
think enlarge
change.
would work here. So, oh my gosh, you don't even have to roll for it because you're just enlarging the splinter. This crew, guys, is so okay. So this is what happens. It's turning into a Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
The wand comes up. I'm just gonna roll to see how fast you can do it. Give me a dexterity save.
Okay.
A 7. Yeah. But your spell still works. So as okay, so as 5 magic missiles come swarming out, 3 to Church and 2 to you. These are, I think, what, D4 plus 1?
Yes.
So Church, you take math 10 damage. Truffle, you take 7, and then as she is kind of getting ready for the killing blow in her mind, as she's getting ready to lob another spell, it happens. The splinter grows in size hideously, and her wand-holding hand explodes as it does. She shrieks, like looking at her impaled nub of a hand, flowing with blood, unsure of what or how this has happened. Durand still paralyzed.
Can he like see though? Can he like even though he's like frozen?
Yes.
Can he like
Yes.
he can
He
see what's
just
going
can't
on?
move or speak. Yeah.
Truffle will be like, "Oh, so that's how that works." He didn't know what was going to happen. He just knew the general idea of it.
Holy
Truffle,
shit.
That's gruesome.
You're welcome.
Josh is like
She's
still
just
wiping
bleeding
blood off
from
him.
her.
He's like, that is gruesome.
Yeah.
Truffle.
She's just bleeding and screaming, and her wand like clatters to the floor unceremoniously, the bleached wood of it now stained red with blood. The entire her richly appointed office is just racked with sounds of her like anguish at this point.
Guys, what are we doing here? This is a bit of a mess. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think it would be this bad when I come in, but like, are we killing her? What's going on? Because she's not got an arm. She's not got an
Oh
arm
my
right now, but
God.
she's alive, and no one's really saying anything. Do you want a monologue, Ragnar? Like, what you got planned? Like, what's going?
Well,
I'm just trying to clarify
if
what's
you give
going
me a
on. 'Cause
moment, maybe
if
I
it was
would.
me, she's done already. No offense, love.
Yeah, I think
I
at this
mean-
point, Weiss just kind of lets go of Ragnar, like, what the fuck?
So Ragnar pretty much is like the way he sees it is, he kind of pretty much lost his life, his current life because of her. So he's going to I guess I'll say I refuse to be a martyr to your cause. I'm taking over your business and your reign here is done. And then he'll just so she's just bleeding from her hand then. She's just like bleeding
Yeah,
out like
and
What
she's
hand?
like
What hand?
shrieking profanities at you this entire
arm.
time. She's just like, "You aren't fit to take over a donkey cart. Everything you have is because of your father, you stupid little." And she's just like going on and on while like lacing insults at you.
you see my father in the room right now.
And
so-
yeah, as you ask this question, she's still just like ranting and raving at her broken hand. And based off of passive perception, Weiss, you see it. She's getting ready to cast another spell as she's like almost trying to distract Ragnar by like getting him involved in these like lamentations.
All
As she's
right.
like, "If I saw him here, I'd kill him too. I'll turn you inside out, you little shit." And she's just like, yeah,
I think
hurling
she'd,
abuses at you.
I think she'd look to Church, get this fucking goon. And she'd point at Duran and ask him to grapple him.
Fuck's sake. Kill him or like get him? I don't. What do you want?
Kill him! The fuck do you? What do you point do you serve? Kill the fucker!
Churchill finish wiping his face and just pull out a dagger and be like, "Here we go again," and then we'll just try and like kill this guy that's paralyzed.
And Weiss would hold person on Ragnar's aunt. If you're gonna rant at him, at least fucking do it where you can't talk. Was your first time doing this? It's just hold person on
Yeah.
her.
Okay. So I think this is another wisdom save.
Yes.
Do I have to roll to hit a paralyzed guy?
No. I think in your case, given your very special set of skills, we'll say you don't. Because they can't move or speak, and they have advantage when you hit. But the bigger part
guaranteed
here is
crit?
that, yes, it's a guaranteed crit, and your crit's murder.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, actually, yes. Roll
Just take out
to
the
hit
toe
just to see.
tickler.
Yeah,
Oh,
just to
okay.
see if you can. Oof.
Oh, it was a
That-
10.
That changes things.
Oh no.
So Weiss tries to time it perfectly, but your reluctance as you're wiping the blood off of your face, as you go in to stab this person, just as the paralysis is wearing off, they react
Mhm.
and bring their hand up to stop you. Oh, that's a 9. But the hold person shifts and instead takes a hold of the dame, who stops mid slurry of insults as Durand and Church are now like sort of fighting each other with the dagger just a few inches from Durand's face.
Look, it's nothing personal, mate. It's just business.
Yeah, I'll let you kill him.
That's no kid.
Oh, you're right. As you say this, Church, and Ragnar, as you see your aunt's face almost like frozen, still contorted in rage, now like kind of held in place by Weiss's magic, Truffle, you hear the footsteps from the other guards guarding the treasury behind you start to approach. And that'll be where we end today's
Ooh.
episode.
Fucking
Oh,
Amazing.
brother.
I messed up. I meant to cast old person at 3rd level so I could get both of them, but I didn't want to like retcon it.
Oh my gosh. The freaking
Yeah.
timing.
Oh, you could do
No.
multi targets on that one.
Yeah.
Oh
if I
man.
Yeah.
casted at 3rd level, that's what I was gonna do.
It's made it
but
more
I
interesting.
I didn't want to retcon it because you were ranting and it was funny.
No, that's good. No, I like that. That made it better.
This is the gnarliest episode of Last Call I think we've ever had. Someone lost
I was-
a hand. Someone was eaten,
Yeah.
partially eaten by bugs.
Ruffle, you're fucked up. Are you sure you're not from the Winter Court? Like,
No,
what court are
No.
you from? Because it's screaming winter.
it's from the fall court, you know?
This was fantastic. Let's do some sign-offs and let everybody know what you're up to this week. Kraken, take it away. I know it's going to be Baldur's Gate 3. Everyone's going to say
Oh,
Baldur's
you
Gate 3.
took my thunder. Yeah. Hey, everyone. I'm Kraken. I play Truffle Bunglehorn, and I am playing Baldur's Gate 3 all of the rest of the week and weekend and probably foreseeable future for the next month or so. I'll be playing with Strippin and some other friends, including maybe, we'll get another campaign going with Momo and, Bronze Girl. We'll see what we have time for all these. I personally want to play like 8 times in a row, so I'm going to be playing this game
That's
nonstop.
fair.
But yeah, that's where I'm going to be at.
Momo, were you in a 3-year-old compact? Go ahead and let us know. Who are you playing Baldur's Gate 3 with?
Well, it's not with anybody. I'm Momo, and I will probably be playing Baldur's Gate 3. Not with Kraken and Strippin, and with nobody. Maybe. Maybe Bronze Girl, if she has time for me.
Yeah, of course. I always have time for you, Momo. Strippin, who are you playing Baldur's Gate 3 with? No guilt, no pressure.
I'm playing with Kraken and my friends Lawman and Joe Fudge. We have had a group chat for 3.5 years planning this moment. It's actually 19 hours and 45 minutes till launch, in case anyone was wondering. I have been keeping check. That's what I'll be doing for the rest of the week. Today, though, I don't know. I'm going to be live after this playing something. We'll figure it out. Baldur's Gate waiting rooms.
Baldur's Gate waiting room.
We could do dinosaurs. I'm down, Momo. I'm down for some Momo time.
There we go. Tim, what are you up to this week?
Probably dabble in it. I feel I'll probably mostly do GT. I may end up playing that off stream a bit, maybe one day or two. But Momo, you know what I was thinking? Didn't we have something planned like originally?
Huh?
Do you not remember that?
I remember making a promise to not play the game to somebody, and so I have done nothing with it.
Right. Yes, exactly. Like that. I think I remember that. That was a while back. But yeah, I'll probably end up doing it if I can find some people. I'm down to play with whoever. I just how does it work? Is it like campaign like this? Like everyone has to be ready to continue it? Do you guys have any clue? I don't even know.
Yeah, you got to
I
schedule.
don't know. I just want to
them.
meet the druid.
Oh, okay. Of course you do.
Yeah.
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 Was that kind of player?
Yeah.
That kind
hey, you know
of
what?
player.
Yeah. That's fucking lame of me. What the heck, Kraken?
No?
Yeah.
That's a type.
There is a type. I only recently discovered this because of my good friend Jerry, who writes the Penny Arcade comic strip, that people that are interested in tabletop RPGs but haven't played are called Die Curious.
Wait, that's good though.
That's so
I'm not gonna take credit for it. I'm not gonna take credit for it. But if there's those types of players, and I think there is a Momo type of player, which is I'll come up with something.
Wait,
I was just gonna be foul and say I was gonna just say bear fucker, but I don't. A bear stylist instead of a hairstylist? I don't know.
It's about the story.
Okay. Story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the story. Yep. That leaves me. Hi, I'm that bronze girl. I enable
Esmeralda.
Oh my god. I probably deserved that. I enable and encourage this insanity. I love this group. I love these players. They're so fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Baldur's Gate this week. More importantly, I guess not more importantly, Baldur's Gate 3 is more important, but I am going to Gen Con. I'm only going for 2 days because I want to go play Baldur's Gate 3. So if you're there Saturday, we're hosting. Yes, priorities. I'm doing like a turn and burn. I'm literally spending 30 hours in Indianapolis and coming right back because I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. But if you are in Indianapolis, there for Gen Con on Saturday, we're hosting a Desi Quest thing. Ray Kashankar is going to be there. Omar Najan's going to be there. Sandeep Barik is going to be there. And Anjali Bhimani. So if you are a fan of any or all of these people from Dimension 20 and Critical Role, we're hosting a chai meet and greet. We're going to have chai. We're going to have snacks. You can come hang out. There's an Eventbrite for it. I'll tweet it out shortly so you can check it out. And the tickets are free. And I don't even think you need a Gen Con pass to come. So if you just want to come have chai and chat with us about D&D stuff, come to that. And then I'll be walking the convention floor on Sunday because I feel like that's going to be the most chill day. And I really want to play the new Cyberpunk Red War game. So That was a lot. This is a really long sign off. I apologize, but that's me
That's
this
great.
week.
I love Gen Con. I'm so excited for you to go.
Oh, this is my first Gen Con. So,
I love Gen Con. It's like a mini
are you going
Dragon
this
Con.
year?
I'm not.
Oh, okay, okay. Next year we'll make plans. We'll make a 3-year-long compact to go together, and we
Yeah!
won't
Oh,
invite Criken and
man.
Strippin, and it'll just be us. It'll just be us.
Oh,
We'll invite
shit.
Dodger too. We'll invite Dodger too.
Yeah,
Just
Oh,
not,
there we go.
just not Criken or Strippin. But yes,
Never
thank you
mentioned the
so.
3-year plan. That was a
You guys
mistake.
should have your time together. I'm not
We
even gonna complain
will.
about that. And
We
I don't think you
will.
guys should complain about me hanging out with my bros either. You know,
We're not.
we should have some time apart, I think, as a group after this.
We're gonna have some time apart after this. We'll see you next week for another last call for adventure.